Fathers, for the times I went astray, and you still love me and show me your mercy, I just want to say, I can't live without you. Thank you. Let's go.
Jesus, you are my source, you are my strength.
And I can't live a day without you.
I can't live one day
I just want to tell you how much I love you and how you made me new.
How you made my life brand new.
Your arms,
they shelter me.
and it was through your blood.
Through your blood, I've been redeemed.
No words can express. Y'all ready? Let's go. Said I can't breathe without you. I can't move without you, Father. You're my everything. When I was lost, I had no one that I could turn to. You said, and that's why I worship you. Your arms, and it was through your blood. And I know words to say to express the way that I feel. Let's go. Said I can't breathe without you. I can't move without you. Jesus, you're my everything. My everything. Said I can't live. Said I can't breathe without you. I can't move without you. You are my everything. Come on, let's take it up. Here we go. Said I can't live without you. I tried and I can't. You are my everything. Said I can't breathe. You're the air that I breathe. You're every breath I take. You are my everything. Said I can't move without you. Come on. I can't move without you. I can't move without you. You're my everything. My everything. My everything. Say it. I can't live without you. Hey everybody, this is Tony Metcalfe, and this is Midwest Kingdom Sound. Well, back in 2002, I had just released a CD, and I had was going from local venues and churches, performing, selling CDs. But I noticed a shift in the industry or on social media, actually. And I kind of approached a few people, musicians and singers, and I said, hey guys, let's put out some music, but let's not do CDs now. I said, let's do it on a platform, and let's just put music out on social media and create downloads. Well, back then, it just didn't gel. Nobody really caught hold to the vision, so it kind of fell apart. And now, I'd say about 6 months ago, the Lord spoke to me and said, hey, look, Tony, you got all of this music sitting on the shelf. And he basically said this, if you don't get this music out and pour out what I poured into you, I'm going to be disappointed. And that's how Midwest Kingdom Sounds was birthed from that point. The reason I didn't pursue it 10 years ago was, one was fear, which we should never let stop us. Number two, the people who I thought should be a part of it to make it work they didn't buy into it, so I felt like, well, it won't work unless I get these individuals to buy into it. So with those obstacles in front of me, I decided to just, drop the ball and move on. What are some of my musical inspirations? Growing up as a child, I loved jazz music. Even in my early teens, a lot of my buddies, they were listening to a lot of the R&B music. And me growing up in the church home, I couldn't listen to it at home anyway. I had to sneak and listen to it. But my brother had a large collection of jazz music, and I fell in love with Joe Sample's music. I love Joe Sample and a lot of the other jazz musicians back then, but Joe Sample was my favorite. And as I got into singing, Earth, Wind & Fire became my favorite group of all time. I actually aspired, believe it or not, one of my aspirations in life was to become a musician for Earth, Wind & Fire. I want to be a stand-up comedian, and I want to be in the group Earth, Wind & Fire. Well, neither one of those worked out, so that's why I'm doing Kingdom Sounds now. But Earth, Wind & Fire was a huge inspiration in my music. And once I received Christ as my Savior, I got into the Winans, and Marvin Winans was my biggest inspiration. I just wanted to do everything Marvin Winans did. So that would be pretty much the epitome, if you would, of who I really would wanted to be like in terms of just a musical career. Well, actually, I just did my first kind of stand-up at a banquet we had at our church. It was impromptu, and if you will go to my Facebook page, maybe I'll tag it. It's a 5-minute set on there. I got some pretty good feedback, so who knows? Maybe I'll use the platform and do a little Christian comedy. But right now, we're just using music and artists who sing. So in the future, what I see Midwest Kingdom Sound being, first of all, it is a platform that allows various artists, right now targeting the Midwest. It's allowing various artists, or it's allowing a platform, providing a platform for these artists to present their ministry, musicians, singers, and it's very diverse in terms of not just black, white, Hispanic, but it's diverse in the music too. You're going to hear gospel, you're going to hear urban worship, you're going to hear all styles of music, if you would, within the Christian genre. And we're looking forward to just bringing in other artists locally and just allow them to be a part of Midwest Kingdom Sound. It's not a group, it's just a platform. I call it the Christian Soul Train. And we just give you guys an opportunity to come and present original music, and we're just going to create a fellowship, and hopefully in 5 years we'll be one big family, a huge family. And we're going to make a sound right here in the Midwest and let the rest of the world know that it's just not an East Coast sound out there. It's just not a West Coast sound out there. But there is a sound in the Midwest that needs to be heard. And I believe it's going to start right here. I would say I would inspire. I just had a conversation actually with a young instrumentalist, a young musician, and he called me Uncle Tony. He said, Uncle Tony, he said, I've started a group now. And he said, I'm afraid. I said, what's your fear? He said, I'm afraid it's going to fail. I said, so do this. Don't worry about the fear. I said, failure is a part of success. Success is a byproduct of hard work. The last thing you should allow to stop you from pursuing what you want to pursue is fear. You will always have some degree of fear no matter how successful you are. So I would encourage you to just keep pushing forward, know what your vision is, be consistent, be persistent, know where you're going, and stick with it in spite of fear, because the fear factor never really totally leaves. I have fear even in moving and advancing with what we're doing, because it is requiring crazy faith. But along with the crazy faith, there is a little fear factor. But the fear factor, actually, it is my energy, it is my fuel that keeps me going, because now what I say is, everything I did in the past that caused me to fail, I avoid those things. So the fear factor actually is my fuel. the last words I have for you, especially in the St. Louis area, if you know my Facebook page, Tony Metcalfe, you can inbox me or message me. If you feel like Kingdom Sounds is something that you're interested in, we'll sit down, I'll share the entire vision with you, and let's talk about it. This is for songwriters, this is for singers, this is for musicians. We have a Facebook Live coming up next month on the 30th. We want you to come out and be a part of it. We're going to all come in one room, younger, older, black, white, Hispanic. We have a collective group of people, and we're going to worship together, and we're opening the door to those who want to worship. It's a kingdom project. It's a kingdom platform. There's no one agenda. There's no stars in this project or in this movement, if you would. So Kingdom Sounds is something you feel like you want to be a part of. Contact me and let's talk about it and let's move forward, because there is a sound. There is a sound, and it's a Midwest Kingdom sound.